Hey everybody, this is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and today I'm gonna make some gnudi for you. And yes, those of you who clicked on the link because of the title, naughty, shame on you. I'm going to make a traditional Italian dish called gnudi, and not the kind you're thinking. It's Gnudi, which in Italian means naked. So this is going to be a naked ravioli, and this is going to be so delicious. I can't wait to share it with you. So we're going to make what's called gnudi, and it is, like I said before, it's a traditional Italian dish. It is traditionally made with ricotta cheese. Well, I happen to have tons and tons of this soft farmer's cheese that I can make with our own milk. I can make ricotta, but honestly, this is way easier. And it's a little bit more firm than ricotta cheese, and I think this is going to make a great naked ravioli. So we're gonna start with 2 pounds of our soft cheese that I made the other day. And to this, we're going to add some simple stuff that you have in your house. Parmesan cheese, a little bit of nutmeg, salt and pepper. That's it. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna eyeball this. We want about, I'd say, a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I know this is not freshly grated Parmesan cheese. If you have freshly grated, that would work great too. Actually, probably would taste a little bit better, or a lot better. I'm gonna use about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I don't like a ton of black pepper. And again, you can use whatever spices you would like. And then about a teaspoon of salt. I think I've got the half teaspoon here. I don't have my glasses on, I can't see. So just a teaspoon of salt. Doesn't need a lot of salt. And then we're gonna use about 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg just to give it that little bit of flavor. It's delicious. You could add chopped basil to this. You could add different Italian herbs to this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the basics. And then we're gonna mix this up, and we're gonna roll it in some semolina flour. So we're just gonna give this a good mix. You could use a hand mixer, a food processor, but I generally use my hands because, as my mother-in-law always said, God gave you these first. So, but I do put rubber gloves on because honestly, I don't like the cheese getting under my fingernails. And if I have dirt under my fingernails, then it doesn't get into the food and create bacteria. So we're just going to mix this up really, really well. Now, if you're using ricotta cheese, you may want to use a couple of eggs to keep it to hold together. But this cheese is pretty, I thought I dropped it. It stays together pretty well. So we're not gonna use any eggs, because I've seen a few gnudi recipes where they use eggs and egg yolks and even flour. But this is the only flour it's gonna have is the semolina flour that creates a type of crust. So I think that's mixed really, really nicely. So, okay, now, before I take these gloves off, I probably should have done the other stuff first. Let me go ahead and rinse these off, and I'll show you the other steps real quick. Okay, so the one thing that you may or may not have in your pantry is some semolina flour. Semolina flour is the flour that is used to make pasta. So this semolina flour is going to make our pasta, and it's going to look like this, okay? So we're gonna take some of the cheese, roll it into balls, and then roll it in the semolina flour and let it rest overnight. This one was resting overnight. I made it yesterday. So we're gonna just sprinkle some of this semolina flour. I'll just use it all, because there's gonna be a lot of cheese there. So spread that out. We'll take a ice cream scoop, melon baller, something where they're going to be uniform size. That way, the cooking time will be the same. So, just gonna take this and then just roll it into a nice ball, like so. And we're gonna put it into the semolina flour and roll it around just like so. You see that? Let me show it on this one. Just like that. That way it's going to create a crust, and as it sits in the refrigerator, it's going to dehydrate a bit, and the moisture that's in the cheese will absorb that semolina flour and create a crust. So we're just going to go ahead and do up a few of these so you can see what I've done here. And like I said, you can change out the seasonings, whatever you prefer. You could add garlic to it, Italian herbs. It's your evil genius going here with the spices. So there we go. We've got a few rolled into the semolina flour, and see how it picks it up really easily. It just absorbs to that, it sticks to that cheese really, really nicely. So we'll set this aside. We'll cook some that I made yesterday, and then I'll show you how we're gonna serve it. While our water is coming to a boil, I want to just show you the inside of these before we cook it up. So I've got one of these that I made yesterday afternoon, and I just want to cut it in half so you can see that crust. It's basically a naked ravioli, right? So you can kind of see that crust all around the side, and it just is really neat. I can't wait to try this. I'll be honest, this is a new recipe for me. I've never made this before. My daughter Ruth and I saw this on Jamie Oliver, who's a British chef, right? We saw it on one of his shows that comes on the free live TV things, right? And it looked so good, had to try it. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. The water's almost there, and can't wait to show you. Okay, so while we wait for our water to come to a boil, we're gonna go ahead and get our sauce. It's basically just a butter, garlic, lemon sauce. That is it. You can add fresh herbs to it. I have got just straight butter, garlic, lemon, that's all. So our butter is melting here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a big heaping tablespoon of garlic and get that going in there. I want to have the sauce ready before we put our gnudi in the water, because we only want it in there for maybe a minute. We don't want it in there very long. We just want to cook that. We want to heat it a little bit and cook that semolina flour on the outside. So we're going to go ahead and get this going here. Excuse me. Full disclosure, folks, I tried this on another clip, and I left the gnudi in the water too long. So that's why and I left it maybe 2 minutes. So we want it maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, that's it. So I went and actually got the tray from downstairs in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna take it straight from cold. Basically what it did, it just made it really, really soft. And you want that, but it was almost too soft. So I take them straight from the refrigerator. I'm gonna put them in the boiling water for about 45 seconds and then put them in the garlic, butter, lemon sauce. That is if my pan is hot enough. And it can't be hot enough if you don't turn it on. It was still warm from before. This is real life, folks. Yeah, real life. Oh man. So, I'm gonna melt this. You know, I said before, this is a recipe I've never done before. This was a total experiment from what I saw on the Jamie Oliver show, and it looked delicious there. But you know what? He's a professional chef. I am not a professional in any way. So I have to learn through making mistakes. And so I made a mistake earlier, and it was still delicious though. Here, I'll show it to you. This is my creation here. It made it really, really cheesy. It tastes so good, but it's a little too soft. So we're gonna go ahead and try this a little bit differently. If you like it softer, great. Make it how you like. So we're gonna put our lemon in here. Get that going. That is so good. That lemon and that cheese just, oh, so good. All right, I'm gonna turn this to low because I just wanna roll them around in there and that's it. Okay, the water is just about boiling. Hope just took a bite and she gave a tart face because it is quite lemony. So I'm gonna take 6 of these little Gnudi and put them on a slotted spoon, very carefully stacking those up, and then just set them down in the water. I'm gonna count 30, 40, 45 seconds. We'll go 45. I want my garlic to burn. It's nice and brown though. That looks good. Okay. Here comes 1, 2. Oh, where'd the rest go? Hopefully they didn't disintegrate. It looks like that semolina flour comes right off, but it still holds the cheese together. Just kind of spoon this on top a little bit. And that's all you want to do. All right. Turn that off. Get these out of the pan. Yeah, that cheese melts pretty quickly. There. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? All right, that's off, that's off. Okay, I just want to make sure it's off so that I'm not burning anything. So it's still a little, it's still a little hard in the center. So it's probably a little cold, but I didn't want to cook it too long in the water. Sorry. That is so good. That is so good. The cheese has a tang to it, and then adding that lemon is so good. I need a little bit more of that lemon sauce. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Simple. Sorry. Simple and delicious. And just, oh. It's delicious. I can't even put it into words. It's so good. It's creamy, has a wonderful texture, and that lemon, butter, garlic sauce on top is just not even really a sauce. It's just combined. It's just melted. Just a perfect combination. Put this with a side salad and some noodles on top or underneath, and it will be absolutely delightful. I hope you like this crazy chaos delicious video. I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and you have a blessed and amazing day.